normal family. There's no difference between adoption or biological. It's just, these are our boys. They are worth $1 million. Every step of the way, we've enjoyed it. We've met wonderful people. We've had amazing friendship built through the adoption.
My name's Durand Cook, and I'm an adoption/family formation attorney. We have a law practice where we specialize in helping families come together through adoption, surrogacy, egg donation, embryo donation. And on the flip side of that, we help young ladies in a crisis pregnancy situation find a home for their unborn child.
We met Durand through friends of ours who had worked with them and had a great experience and adopted their baby girl, Jessie. And we got a call on a Friday about a birth mother who came from Arizona. We met her on a Tuesday, and she was very sweet. She was a little overwhelmed. She already had 3 children, and she was a single mother. Talked with her and met with her, and we decided to connect with her. And 2 weeks later, he was due in 6 weeks, but 2 weeks later he was born, so it was kind of quick.
We had Owen, and he's really happy. I actually had some friends who had adopted before, and we talked to them. A couple of used agencies. We also talked to a friend, referral to Durand. Their method worked out really nice. They were really happy the way the matching worked. And we went through with it. We're really happy. We got matched quickly and went very smoothly.
Basically researched all the attorneys in the San Diego and LA County, interviewed probably about 4 to 5 of them, came down to Durand and another attorney in LA. And we basically liked both of them. They both had great reputations, but I really liked the personal approach that Durand took in finding you the birth mother.
He interviewed the birth mom and met her, picked out who he thought would be a good match, and he did. We met right away and we clicked. We had a lot of things that we liked that were the same. She's very artistic, I'm artistic, she likes to read, I like to read. And then I've got a daughter that couldn't be more like me, but isn't my blood. So it was an awesome match.
First, meet with the adoptive parents and go through a whole educational process with them. They've had some, severe emotional setbacks trying to build a family. When they get here and we start talking about adoption, suddenly a light goes off, and it's like, not if we're going to be a family, but when we're going to be a family. We try and determine exactly what characteristics they're okay with and not okay with in a birth mother. The next step, since we don't really emphasize adoptive parent profiles in our practice, ours is a face-to-face, very personal approach to adoption. We need to get them prepared to meet a birth mom face-to-face.
After going through agencies and talking to a bunch of different people and going through all the things that we went through, it just seemed personal. It seemed better. You're not a file, you're not a picture in a book for someone to come by and just sort of gloss over. The timing and all of that is different for everyone. Obviously ours was 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks, 17 days before we got our son, so it was a little weird, but
our story was a bit unusual.
Our story's a bit unusual to start with.
Quicker than normal.
So once they leave from the initial educational seminar that we put on, and it's a one-on-one seminar, they wait for a phone call for the most part. We have a process where we are continually doing an outreach, letting young ladies know in the community that there is a safe place to come, that they don't have to read 36 profiles, to try and figure out what kind of a home they want their baby to go to. And then they get to meet as many families as they want. Hopefully they won't have to meet too many.
You're going to get a hands-on approach, someone who walks you through everything, who will guide you through the steps, the scary ones, which they all are pretty scary. The way he conducts the meetings with the birth moms and makes everyone feel at ease, so that after about 30 minutes when you're with these strangers who you're asking to give you the biggest part of their life, somehow they trust you in a way that he's helped facilitate.
Yeah, everything he says in that initial orientation meeting is exactly how it works.
Yeah. Once that goes together from an adoptive parent standpoint, then we're basically holding everyone's hand, facilitating the adoption process up through the labor and delivery. About 6 to 9 months later, we go to court and finalize the adoption.
There's no surprises. There's no, oh my goodness, what's going to happen next? You're prepped.
I would say probably 99% of the other attorneys is you create your own profile. You type it up, you put your photos together, and you basically have to like set up an 800 number and do all of these things to take the phone calls in yourself and to pre-screen any birth parents. No, I'm really not going to pay someone a lot of money for me to do the majority of the work up front. So that's kind of how I felt about the other attorneys versus Durand.
I think it drew us because we heard the success rate is a lot faster and quicker, and we have waited already so long.
Yeah, Durand's process of interviewing the birth mother and the parents who are adopting and making that match, and the fact that as soon as we met the birth mother, we both kind of knew immediately this was a good match.
Qualities.
As opposed to having a stack of 100 profiles that the birth mother's sorting through, that sounds like a process that we weren't really interested in trying that.
We were afraid we would never get found or seen. And at least we felt with Durand too, the personal touch is there where he knows you and you're not a case number, you're a person. And he's like, oh yeah, these would be really perfect with her, and this is a good match. So
I chose to go with the personal method. I spoke to other attorneys and they just wanted you to put a book together and a profile of pictures, and it just seemed kind of impersonal, like a birth mom's going to look at a picture and decide you're going to be the mom. I think his method definitely works better. He matches personalities, and it's amazing because first person I met was the birth mom, and she chose me and I chose her.
We had used another agency before, and we wound up being one of 50 couples that they were working with.
Yeah, there's too
And
many.
we just felt like we were older parents, and that we were probably not going to be picked over all these other people. And we had a lot of problems in getting in touch with people and them getting back to us because they had so many people and so many prospects.
Just too many people, and just
Here-
more of a number. And here we felt just more. It was just more personal.
Yeah, he works more on an individual basis, but with both the mother and with the birth parents. So it really worked out well, where you felt like he was just working for you.
Yeah.
Adoption law is the way I practice law, and it's the way I make a living. But I probably would have given up the practice of law years ago if it hadn't been for the fact that there's such a huge secondary payoff when you help build a family. The child then, instead of struggling with the birth mom who isn't prepared to raise the child, in her opinion, gets to go into a loving, secure home. And the adoptive parents, who've probably been through years of infertility struggles, get to finally be a mom and a dad. So it's very rewarding. It makes you feel good at the end of the day.
You know, my husband and I were both like, is this for real? And it was for real, and we met our birth mother. We loved her from the start. You know, it just worked out great. He did an awesome job.
Pick up, carry on. Durand's on your side. He works for you. He has your interests at heart, and that's all that counts.
Trust Durand that he's going to find you that perfect situation, and you just have to trust because he knows what he's doing. He's done it for a lot of years. With him, within a year, I had a child in my home. And that was miraculous, actually.
Do it again. We're going to do it again in a heartbeat.
Very happy. Owen is very happy.
he's a very good boy.
Very good baby. No, he waited for nap time.